Good.
I have to say good morning. Tatiana, can you let us know when we're live?
We are.
We are. So
yes,
I'd just like to welcome everybody to our first Google Hangout just for all of Canada. And we will be doing this first Hangout in English. And right after that, there is a separate link for those of you that would like to join us, and the webinar will be in French. And I have a very special speaker. We're also going to be introducing today a new product that it's not new for Jeunesse. It's actually been in the Jeunesse family for over 3 years. It's mostly been sold in Latin America and also in Europe and now in Thailand, even though the ingredients originally come from Thailand. But we now have it for Canada, and there is a couple of information that I would like to share. First of all, Vidacell is approved by Health Canada, so we are in the process of changing the box so that it's in English and in French and it's Canadian compliant. And a lot of our other products have also been approved, and I will keep that for a second hangout. But without further ado, I would like to bring on our first speaker, who is all the way from Nice, France. He is one of our medical advisory board. His name is Dr. William Amzallag. Dr. Amzallag, are you with us today? It's a delight to have you join us for this Hangout. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Lucy. Hello, everybody from Canada. And of course, bonjour à tout le monde au Canada. Je suis très content d'être avec vous. I'm very happy to be with you. We'll do it in French and in English, or in English and French. Back to you, Lucy.
All right. So I'm just going to screen share it here. There we go. So today we're going to talk about Vidacell, and it's only available through Jeunesse. So could you please let everybody know what is Vidacell?
Yes, of course. Vidacell is entirely made of rice. Rice and nothing else. But not any kind of rice. Rice, while used mainly as energy food, contains several hundreds of functional ingredients. The only issue is how to recognize those functional ingredients and how to scientifically validate health benefits of those ingredients. Back to you.
Okay, from where did you get the rice?
Well, so the first things, yes. First, I want to tell you about the secret of this very special rice. We selected one single functional ingredient amongst hundreds of others. This ingredient is what we call a glycoprotein, a combination of a sugar and a protein. Glycoprotein are responsible for a wide range of bodily function, including transporting molecules, production of enzymes, acting as recognition sites, and production of hormones.
Okay, so that's really interesting. So now we know that it's got the glycoproteins. Where did it come from?
Well, from where we took this rice, the first step was to select the best rice plantation in the world. And this is the Siam Valley in Thailand, the largest natural organic plantation on this earth. The highly alkaline soil in the Siam Valley are rich in, spirulina, a healthy seaweed, which is assuring a pure organic rice. Getting those glycoprotein requires very special strains. Keep in mind that there is more than 3,000 strains of rice grown in the world. Out of these 3,000 forms, Vidacell select only 3 special strains. Back to you.
So what do you do with these 3 special strains?
Well, the next step is to combine those 2 strains by cross-pollinating them, and the secret was to do it without using genetic technology, without modifying the strain. The following step was to extract the glycoprotein ingredients. We extract them from the rice seed. It takes 100 kilos of selected strains of rice to produce 1 kilo of glycoprotein. Then we fine mill the extract in order to facilitate cells absorption. This is done by a very special equipment designed with the help of the Ministry of Science from Thailand. Back to you.
So now we have glycoprotein extract in a powder form. What do we do with that?
The glycoprotein from rice has triple benefit in human chemistry and functioning. First, it will boost the energy production by the mitochondria. Second, they will drastically improve cellular communication. And third, they are essential for body detoxification. Back to you.
So tell us more about the energy.
Well, we have ample cellular energy. When we have ample cellular energy, we are in optimal health. Our body can correct symptoms and restore its metabolic balance. Health and aging are located in our cells, and the facilitator is energy. Energy is coming from our power plants within the cell, which is called the mitochondria. And to understand how mitochondria can produce energy, let's start by the beginning, the food that we eat. When we eat or drink foods, they are digested and break down in nutrients, which are proteins, carbohydrates, fat, vitamin, trace animal, minerals. Those nutrients are the only ones authorized to cross the intestinal barriers. They are absorbed, go through the blood flow, and reach the final target, which is the cells. And within the cell, they are directed to the mitochondria, which is the powerhouse of the cell. This is where the nutrients are converted to energy. Each nutrient has a specific capacity of creating energy. For example, fat can create much more energy than sugar or carbohydrate. 9 calories for 1 gram of fat compared to 4 calories for 1 gram of carbohydrate. Meanwhile, for what happens in the mitochondria, we use another way of measuring energy, which is called ATP. Creating ATP from our food is essential for life. Vidacell will facilitate the metabolic reaction, which leads to energy release in the form of ATP. But Vidacell is much more than just energy facilitator. Vidacell will help to keep mitochondria young and fresh. Back to you.
Wow, that's very exciting. So tell us how Vidacell can keep our mitochondria young and healthy.
Well, very few people know that we have two DNA. One in our nucleus, which contains most of our genes, around 25,000, and another DNA in every mitochondria, which contains only 27 genes, and it's transmitted by the mother only. Don't ask me why. I don't know. We have more than 2,500 mitochondria in each cell, except in the red blood cell. But as human body age, the number of functional mitochondria decrease, which means that elderly people have less energy than younger people. And each time that we produce energy, we are also producing free radicals. And free radicals can damage DNA from the mitochondria. This DNA, by the way, is extremely sensitive to free radicals and to oxygen, much more than the DNA from the nucleus. If we don't have the immediate repair service, damages will be very important and energy release will be reduced drastically. Vidacell is promoting DNA repair through the protein part of the glycoprotein. Back to you.
Well, that's excellent. You know, so we know that Vidacell, which is a glycoprotein extract of the best rice in the world, will introduce more energy by helping nutrients to be converted to ATP in our 2,500 mitochondria. We also know that Vidacell is protected by mitochondrial DNA, you know. So what about cells' communication?
Well, this is very exciting. Cells communicated by sending and receiving signals. Signals may come from the environment or they may come from other cells. In order to trigger a response, those signals must be transmitted across the cell's membrane. The signal works by interacting with receptor proteins which are located outside of the cell. In this case, only cells that have the correct receptors on their surface will respond to the signal. The protein part of Vidacell, glycoprotein, is crucial in the cell-to-cell communication. Cells talk among themselves. Cells talk to the brain. Cells talk to the immune system. The communication center is in the cell's membrane, and the primary alphabet of cell signaling is based on glycoprotein and glycolipids. If there is a shortage of glycopeptide or glycoprotein, there can be a communication breakdown that results in confusion or on symptoms or on diseases. Back to you.
So like everything in life, it all comes down to communication. And this is a major health benefit. And so it's an energy producer, communication facilitator. What else is there for this amazing Vidacell?
Well, Vidacell is involved in our detox process, detoxification process. Detox is complex, but it is a vital process which involves glycoprotein, by the way. But there is something to understand. Detox must start before what we call the elimination process. And the most important organ for detoxification is by far the liver. The liver is our unique detoxification center. All the toxins are first directed to the liver, where they are transformed in water-soluble waste. And in order to perform such tasks, the liver needs vitamins, needs antioxidants, and needs one very important molecule called, I will try to say it in English, glutathione. In French, glutathione. Glutathione is the master antioxidant produced by the liver. He is the guardian of the cells and have a major antioxidant role, especially for the two DNA, the one of the nucleus and the one of the mitochondria. Glutathione being a tripeptide, which means three proteins, it will need the help of the protein part of Vidacell, and then Vidacell will boost internal production of glutathione.
That's wonderful. So now we understand how Vidacell works, or Vidacell, you can pronounce it either way. But in terms of immediate health benefits, what can you expect from Vidacell?
Obviously, the first benefit will go to better exercise performance, which include not only day-to-day exercise, but athletic performance. Athletes can use Vidacell as it contains only rice extract, which is not considered as a doping ingredient. Because of its action on extracting energy, Vidacell will improve brain function, and this includes increased memory, improving focus, and concentration. On the other side, Vidacell will help the body anti-inflammatory process. Vidacell provide antioxidants as well as boost the body ability to make its own antioxidants. Vidacell support healthy cholesterol level. A study has shown a maintenance of healthy cholesterol level after 3 months of taking Vidacell. And by improving physical and mental energy, Vidacell contributes to a better longevity and a better protection against and disease and aging too. Back to you.
That's really interesting. On my own personal testimonial, I like to put Vidacell in a bottle of water when I am exercising because it doesn't make you thirstier. It helps to quench your thirst, and it does seem to enhance performance, and it's very hydrating. So great product from that point. So finally, just for everybody who's on this webinar, I want to thank them for their time. But the important part is, how do you use it?
When you shake it or mix it with 4 to 6 ounces of liquid, it dissolves better with warm liquids. Or you can sprinkle over food. Vidacell can be taken at any time of the day, at any time of the night. However, many people find that they experience better digestion when they take Vidacell 15 minutes before a meal. You can take 1 or 2 or 3 sachets per day, and there is no side effect. Even your preferred pets can take it. And don't forget, it is just right. Back to you.
So you can give it to your pets. The first Jeunesse product that you can actually safely put into the dog food, because they use rice probably as a filler anyway, that it's healthy for your pet too. So now the whole entire family can be healthy.
Sure, yes.
I guess it would take an awful lot if it was a horse or something. All right. And finally, you know, I want to thank you. Vidacell is a great product coming from a very humble food, rice. So in conclusion, what's your personal opinion or your personal experience with the Vidacell?
Well, I am always amazed to see how a humble food can be stomached. Vidacell is a great discovery, and as so often happens with great discovery, the answer turned out to be based on a very simple idea. By taking natural plant molecules, we can benefit from their anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, antibacterial, and blood sugar also normalizing effect. At the end, we can live longer. Thank you very much. My name is William Amzallag, and I am Generation Young.
Thank you so much, William. It's been a pleasure having you on the Google Hangout today. I hope that the information was informative for everybody. And as we launch this product across Canada, I'm sure many of the Canadians will benefit from the anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, antibacterial, and blood sugar normalizing effect that this product brings to enhance our product line. So from all of us here at, I was going to say at Generation Young, at Jeunesse Global, you know, as William said, most of us are Generation Young, and it's been a pleasure having you on, and we will be starting the French Hangout in just a few minutes. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much from Nice. À bientôt. Au revoir. Yes,